Hey guys, welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine, and this is your daily show. I'm your host Khalid Mohidin, and this is the show where we talk about all the major talking points in South African cricket. And welcome to the show, guys. We just came off an amazing episode of Offside Maidens, which you can go look at in the description, of course, and obviously on our channel. An epic whole podcast with a full all women's podcast where they spoke about the Sri Lanka series. They spoke about Kolpak's returning, and they spoke a little bit about the Pakistan tour, but I was reserving the Pakistan talk for this particular show, of course, because I wanted to get involved with the comments. I want you guys to get involved in the comments and let me know what you think about the Pakistan tour, especially the Test series. Now, when selecting a side, there's going to be a lot of factors that people have to think about. So before we get going into the topic, I just want you guys to know that you must subscribe to this channel, click that notification bell for all future videos. There is a super chat is activated. So if you go to the right-hand side, bottom of this live chat, there's a $sign. You can click on it, and then you can obviously join the show with some epic comments that I will read out on the show. But tonight I'm going to be a little bit more interactive with the comment section. So you guys can just let me know anything that you want to let me talk about in the comment section. But let me get going and let me talk about from my point of view. And obviously this is my thoughts alone, not necessarily the thoughts of everybody at Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is my thoughts alone. But when I'm thinking about it now and I'm looking at the series, now we know that obviously with coronavirus and the bio bubble, they're going to probably have to select a massive squad, a bigger squad that is for both T20s and for the test arena. Now, we know that generally speaking, in Pakistan specifically, as we know where the games will be, I will put up them back on the screen again for you the guys that haven't seen it quite yet. But the opening test will be at Karachi, and then the second game would be at Rawalpindi. And what I've heard from people from Pakistan and from guys that I've known and that have seen tests over there, there hasn't been a lot of cricket there over the last couple of years. So I think it's going to be quite fresh for both sides, for both Sri Lanka as well as for South Africa. But the talk around is that Karachi, based on what people have seen, obviously, in the Pakistan Super League, that Karachi can be quite friendly to spinners. So I think that the track is quite flat as well, with a little bit, that's obviously easier for batsmen to bat on. We're probably going to see some big scores there, hopefully, if South Africa can take on the Pakistan spinners. But then when you switch over to the second test at Rawalpindi, the talk of the town is that it's a more seamer-friendly wicket. Now, that is the case. That's obviously going to fall into the hands of both sides because both Pakistan as well as South Africa have very good seamers in the squad and very good seamers in the side. So you kind of have to pick. How I would do this and how I would strategize is I would pick players I'll build the core squad around the players that will probably play in both formats. So what I mean by that and where that will be a good example to look at is, for example, I'm going to put up the squad that was selected for Sri Lanka. Now, not all of those, some of those guys were left the bio bubble and some of them remained in the squad, of course, right? So I'm going to put up the squad on the screen. And when I'm talking about guys that can play both formats, so we've got Rassie van der Dussen, Faf du Plessis, Quinton de Kock, Temba Bavuma, possibly Vian Mulder. We haven't seen him necessarily get selected in T20 cricket and get a game in T20 cricket. ODIs in Test years. Keshav Maharaj has been looked in at with regards to ODIs. I'm not sure about the T20 scene, but maybe they will be looking at him from the T20 side. Anik Nokia definitely both sides. Lungi Ngidi both sides. Lutus Pamla actually got his debut in T20 cricket, so he could possibly be in both teams as well. Kagiso Rabada both sides. Björn Hendricks both sides. Glenton Seedman both sides. Calvin Rayner both T20 and Test cricket. Dwayne Pretorius both T20 and Test cricket. Now, here's where the tricky part comes in. Keegan Peterson, Michael Pretorius, Cyril Ewe, and Reinhard van Tonder. Now, whether they're going to play those guys or not are going to be the key to their selection in the squad. Because if they're going to travel all the way to Pakistan, isn't it better for them to rather just stay within the setup and stay within their franchise setups and actually get some experience with regards to the Momentum One Day Cup? That's where I think of guys like George Linder should come into the side. Maybe Tabrei Shamsi as a second spinning option for both Test and for T20s. They have to think about the entire bio bubble, because I don't think they're going to want to be flying people. Obviously, they can't be flying people for the T20s alone. I think they're going to have to take a full squad. Maybe I'm looking at maybe 30 names. Maybe some people said 20 names would be enough. I'm thinking around about 30 names. What do you guys think in the comment section? Let me know with a super chat. If you guys want to get involved, you can click on the link. I'm not on the link, sorry, but you can get involved by clicking the $ in the bottom right hand corner of the live chat. Thank you to everybody that was involved with the super chat in the previous show that we did. Obviously, we had one super chat on there, so we would like some more, obviously, over here. If you guys want to become a Patreon, please get involved and become a Patreon. We have now we've opened up a Patreon account for you guys to get involved and follow us on this journey at Cricket Fanatics Magazine. So let's get into the comments. I want to know from you guys, what do you guys think about possibly having a 30-man squad, or how big would you actually like to see the squad become? Like, obviously, some of you might say 20. I saw on Twitter a lot of people saying 20 people, and I think that's a little bit I think that's a bit lean to go to a bio bubble, especially if you maybe once someone picks up COVID or something, or someone picks up a niggle or something. I think you're going to be in big trouble over there, because I mean, we've seen that. Let's get into some of the comments over here. We've got someone, Prasad, saying we should get Tennis the Brain. He plays spin well and is quite risky. That's an interesting selection. I think that they will stick to the guys. If you're looking at Test players alone, I don't see really Tennis the Brain as a T20 player for South Africa. I see him more obviously as a Test player, or maybe even ODIs for South Africa. And I don't see them picking him if they're going to pick Keegan Peterson, if they're going to keep the squad from obviously the Sri Lanka series. We didn't get an opportunity to see Keegan. Obviously, he contracted COVID-19, and obviously didn't get opportunity to get a start. And we obviously saw Rassie at number 3. I'm actually not quite sure whether Boucher wants to tweak it from his press conference and stuff. It sounds like he's quite set on his players that he already has. I don't think he necessarily wants to tweak the batting lineup that much. But if I'm thinking of batsmen that can play both in both teams, obviously Test and T20s, majority of them have been selected already in the Test squad. And if I'm looking at a little bit, if you're going to be picking specifically for the Test arena, I think that someone like Zubair Hamza, who already has a 60 in India in subcontinent position in conditions, is a good call. Maybe obviously the Cobras would want to keep him because they want him to get some momentum and get his confidence back, because he had a terrible 4-day campaign. Question I want to pose to you guys is: have you ever thought of maybe, or would this be a good idea to maybe pick according to conditions with regards to batsmen as well? Because we've seen them do it with bowlers. Like for example, a lot of you guys are saying 2 or 3 spinners. Would you want to do that with batsmen as well, guys that specifically play spin well, or do you want your batsmen to be able to adapt to conditions and learn how to play spin? Because batsmen should be able to play against anything. I think that's the consensus. I just wanted to ask that question, and let me know with the super chat what you think about that. If we're going to pick 3 seamers and 2 spinners, which seamers would you pick? Does Vian get dropped for the extra spinner, or does Lungi or Nokia get dropped instead? Interesting question. A very interesting question. If we're going to pick 3 seamers, I think our 3 best seamers are Lungi, KG, and obviously Nokia. I'm looking at the lineup and I'm thinking, if you have someone at 7, that like Vian Mulder, it's okay. I mean, he can fit into the side still. I think it will be then you need an extra batsman. So obviously at 6, Temba Bavuma. I'm trying to think of here. Then 7 will have to be an extra spinner, and that's where you're talking about whether you have to drop Vian Mulder. I think they probably would. considering that if they're going to pick George Linde in the squad, I see George Linde maybe making it into that test squad. I mean, he's already played in India, did really well. So it will be quite interesting to see what they do. And I think that it would be actually smarter maybe if KG and Lungi are the two seamers and they drop Nokia, just because of the pace on those wickets. Maybe it's a bit too much pace on those type of wickets, especially Karachi. I think it might not be conducive for his swing and the way he bowls, but definitely in the second venue, I think that we can pick Nokia. But that's what's nice about this. I think it will allow South Africa to pick teams that are for different conditions and be able to see how we can adapt to those. It's a very good question, Bad Panda. Thank you for the question. Khalid, will SA play 3 or 2 spinners in the match? I would like Linda to could come in for Mulder, Maharaj to follow, and you could play Shamji as well. That's also another option. 3 spinners, but it's tricky because we need to know what the conditions are like. We automatically are assuming that it's going to be spinning wickets in Pakistan because it's a subcontinent. But as I said before, some of the insight that I've gotten before is that Karachi is the spinning wicket, flat track, good for batsmen. And I keep on messing up and watching this particular name. I don't know why I keep on watching the name. I should actually learn it and learn it beforehand because I keep on watching the name. But Rawalpindi is the name I'm talking about. That particular wicket is going to be more for seamers. So then I think that one spinner will be okay. I don't think you need 2 spinners on that particular track. But we're going to have to see what the conditions are like because, I mean, there hasn't been test cricket there in ages and we'd have to see. I mean, a lot of people are talking about Boucher's record because his debut actually came against Pakistan. So he's played in the last... he played in his last game against Pakistan. Sorry. So he was one of the guys that played there. So the last time that the Proteas actually played there. And his debut came in 1997, so in Pakistan. So he knows a little bit more about the conditions, but the conditions would have changed over the years. A lot of the games that Pakistan have been playing has been in the UAE. So Shamji is a must, says Eugene Swanepoel. 30 is perfect, Khalid. Yeah, I also think that 30 is perfect. Guys, please get involved with the Patreon. The link is in the live chat. I have placed it over there. You can become a patron and help us out. At least 25, because we saw what happened to Sri Lanka. Yes, exactly. And if you obviously... you can be in big trouble. But I think 30 is perfect. I think because then you can cover both bases, both sides. I think you can pick 22 players basically. You have 2 11s for both T20s and for Test cricket in a way. You can think of it like that, and then have a couple of extras. But with regards, because we are lucky enough that some of the Test players are playing both formats, you can add an extra youngsters into the squad. I want them to go with youngsters. I really want them to go and trust youngsters to go on this tour. I think they will learn so much from the experience, from how we adapt to conditions, from how the way coaches are going to obviously assess the conditions. This is all a learning curve for everybody, and it's going to be a lesson for everybody in the team. So if youngsters can actually see how senior players react in this situation, it's going to be epic knowledge for them. So I would like someone like Reina van Tonder to get an opportunity to go. I would like to see Zubair Hamza in the squad. I would like to see Calvin Reina get picked. These are all things that I want to see. 25, mate, and also I would pick someone like Sean van Berg as a third burner to Kesh and Linda. That's an interesting call as well, Sean van Berg, and we know that Boucher likes him. The Momentum One Day Quad squads will tell who are coming here in Pakistan. Well, we're going to know tomorrow. The squad will be released tomorrow. We'll just go to, obviously, cricketfanaticsmag.com for all your updates on this. We will update you on all the squads. The Pakistan squad will obviously be updated. We'll also get a preview of the Momentum One Day Cup squads as well and teams as well. We'll try to get that out as soon as possible, as soon as we get all the squads in. But go to cricketfanaticsmag.com tomorrow, especially around about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and you'll see the squad. We'll announce the squad for you guys and show you guys what it is. And then we can obviously discuss it again on our daily show on Friday evening. We can get a little panel going. You guys can call in on the show and we can get involved. Guys, please get involved with the super chat. The super chat is in the bottom right hand corner, the dollar sign. Just click on that. You can maybe give an emoji or you can contribute with a comment, and I'll be forced to read your comments out. But let's do this. Shamsi or Mutasami? I'll have to go with Shamsi. I think because Shamsi's played pretty well when he went to the subcontinent the last time. He bowled exceptionally well, I feel. I think he was actually the I think he actually was the better bowler between him and Keshav, actually. I would like to actually see Shamsi in the side. It's also better because Shamsi can play T20s as well. So he's going to be the T20 squad, obviously. So he can play. It's a good person to have in the squad to play, to be available for both sides. Khalid, what has happened to Zubair Ramza? Now, that's something that I would like to know too. I probably need to. I would like to actually have a conversation with Zubair and find out what has been going on. It's been a tough season for him in the 4-day cup. It's not easy as well when you're not playing any of your games at home. You play all your games away. You hardly play at Newlands. You play one game at Newlands in your first game, and then you're away for the rest of the matches. I think that's also quite tough as a captain as well. The pressure that's come on him as a captain. I think all of those things have maybe affected him a bit, and also not being able to play as a captain at your home ground to gain some confidence before you leave. It's a pity because Zubair Rams is an extremely talented player, but we shouldn't be so harsh on him because it's his first season. It's the first season that he's failed, actually, or hasn't done well. Previously, he's done well in all his other seasons that he's played. So we shouldn't be too harsh on him. All players have gone through dips. I mean, Keegan Peterson, after scoring almost 900 runs, had a dip season, and then now this season he's been good again. So players go through dips. I mean, it's only natural that happens, especially when there's a lot of changes in the squad and in your environment. It can change a lot because all of a sudden, all your experienced players are gone out of that squad at the Cobras, and all the pressure is on you to perform. Those things happen. You don't have a lot of senior players to look around and look around at, besides Peter Malan, really, in that batting lineup that you can really look to and talk to. Mulder must go for his batting values. Yes, Mulder must definitely be in it. I think they'll keep relatively the same squad and then just add a couple of guys to it. I doubt there'll be too many surprises, really. I don't think that Van Tonda will be in the squad because if he has a serious injury, like they said he has, I don't think he'll be around or available for selection. And that means that the next number 3 in line should be picked, and that's Zubair Hamza. I can only think of that. Mutasami isn't in the Momentum Monday squad, or is he? Let's have a look quickly. I do have the Dolphin squad available to me. Just give me 2 seconds to have a look, and then we'll know. Okay, so Michael Erlang. We've got Mangaliso Masechle, Ethan Bosch, Keith Dudgeon, Andile Semalane, Sabrayan is captain. That's obviously because Keshav will be in Pakistan. Marcus Ackerman, Grant Rulison, Ruan de Swart, David Malakai Zondo, Andile Pechelkwaya, Rob Freiling, Kerwin Mangru, Senaran Mutasami, and Otniel Batman. So I don't think Mutasami will get selected then if we're going to look at the squads and base it on that. With regards to the Cobras squad, I think that will also tell us a lot as well. Let me just see if I can find the Cobras squad, if they've announced the squad. I don't see the squad here, guys. They've announced certain things about the team, like, for example, Jason Smith, but they haven't released the full squad, I don't see. So we'll have to obviously find out what those are. And I think some franchises were obviously told not to release their squads. Otherwise, we'll be able to do exactly what we're doing now, to release the squad before the time. Stop these left arm spinners, get some leg spinners or off spinners. That's why someone said that Sean van Berg should maybe be selected. Or do you have a franchise squad for the Momentum Monday Cups? I'm trying to get hold of them. I'm going to send out an email tomorrow to get all of them. Linda and Mulder should play in the same lineup. It will be excellent to see. That will be really awesome to see. But then you'll have to drop an extra batsman. Obviously, then Temba Bavuma maybe has to drop out, or you only have, and then there's one obviously space left. You're going to have to try to fit them all in. It's all about the balance on the side. No way Linda and Maharaj play in the same team. Need variety. Bad Panda, I'd pick Shamsi because we can't pick 3 left arm off spinners. First of all, I think that the all-rounders are vital. You need a team that has a strong number 9. strong. How everybody would love to. I mean, look at England's team at Battle 10, basically. Dolphins and Titans squads are out. The Pavilion is missing, so is Mutasami. I did see. Yes, I saw that. Subay deserves to be in the squad, even though he's had a difficult time. He's a class act. I agree that he needed some extended run. I don't think it is. I don't think it was is right for them to have dropped Zubair so soon, especially when you are already trying to make a name for yourself in an inexperienced lineup. It's quite difficult. Um, Sorry to bring this up, but what about AB de Villiers, Chris Morris, and Imran Tahir? Will they be included for the T20 internationals? Now, my thing is, if they don't play in this particular team, if they don't get selected and don't play against Pakistan, then why take them to the World Cup? I think that they need some international games before they actually play in the World Cup. That's my personal opinion. And it will be kind of unfair to some of the guys that are grafting away at international level at the moment and grafting away at domestic level, and then they get dropped out to the side just because 3 guys are coming in. Imran Tahir, I love Imran Tahir. We're going to have to obviously see how he's doing in the T20 tournaments around the world, and see how he performs. What about Grant Rulofsson? I think Grant Rulofsson is excellent, but I think he needs another season or two, just to get some consistency. He struggled a bit this season. I think a lot of the younger guys, if you're going to give them opportunities, they need to have performed 2 seasons at least, consistently at a domestic level. I don't think you can just pick guys just because they had one good season and we like them, based on the stats that we've seen or what we've seen on paper. I'm a big fan of Grant Rulofsson. I love his attitude. I love his mentality. But there's a hell of a lot of opening batsmen that are going to be competing. So we'll have to see. It's going to be interesting whether they're going to pick Pat van Biljon and those guys that they went with against England, because we would like to see, obviously, some of maybe the youngsters get an opportunity. And yeah, that's where I stand with that. I really would like to maybe see a guy like Vian Libber or a guy like Malcolm Array get opportunities in T20 cricket. I think the fact that we're playing Test and T20Is against Pakistan will make it a bit difficult. Obviously, to pick a squad and allow everybody to play is going to be quite difficult. Are we experimenting still? We shouldn't be. Heading into the World Cup, it's a bit sketchy to still be finding your best 11. But I think, unfortunately, that's where South Africa is at the moment. Rassi is also playing in the PSL this year. I still feel they should take these 3 guys so there's experience, all the younger guys. Yes, I agree. I think younger guys need to go into the squad so they can watch how these guys adapt their game. We need to find a number 6 batsman that can bowl a bit in the T20 side. And I think that's George Linder. I also think that I think that if Jason Smith played this season, I think he would have been in contention. Boucher knows, because Boucher has been hurt by Jason quite a few times when he was still the Titans coach. So it's a pity that Jason got an injury, because I think Jason is an excellent all-rounder, batting all-rounder. He's a very good batsman that bowls also well. And Vian Mulder as well. I'm not sure about Vian Mulder's ability in the T20 game. I don't know if he has enough variations. He's more of a consistent type of bowler that puts it on spots consistently. And I think that's more appreciated in the longer format. Their depth needs time in the international. What? I don't know what you're saying there, bro. Pitches here in Pakistan won't be spin friendly as pitches in other part of subcontinent. Exactly. And obviously Sadiq knows more about it. I heard, Sadiq, you can let us know in the comments, but I heard that Karachi is a little bit more spin friendly than the other venue. Yanaman for T20s against Pakistan, definitely. I think Yanaman needs some time to play the subcontinent. The problem is, man, a lot of the guys, the only way they're going to learn how to play spin is if they go play spin in subcontinent conditions. I think the best place to do that is in India, though, or Sri Lanka. Not necessarily Pakistan, but they need to learn how to play spin, and the only way they're going to learn is by playing. There's no other way. Pakistan won't spin as much as some of the other subcontinent teams. Yes, they must have 5 to 6 players in every format apart from the main players. Very true. So, guys, that's what my thoughts are about the squad. We'll obviously go live tomorrow evening with another show to discuss the squad that has been selected. I hope you guys get involved then. I hope you guys get involved in the super chat then to get your questions and obviously highlighted. We really need your support. Obviously, all of you guys that are tuning in right now, I would like you guys to be a part of this journey. Obviously, Cricket Fanatics Magazine is for you. It's yours as well, for you guys to express your opinions. We've created a Patreon account so that you guys can get involved with that. So you guys can help us as well to fund this, to still go, keep this going for the next for forever. We want this to go on forever. And we're going to need your help because this company is obviously 100% bootstrapped. It's all self-funded. I'm not earning a cent from this right now. We're earning a little bit of money, obviously, for Patreon now, right now. You guys are helping us out, so thanks a lot for this. And we will continue going. Thanks a lot for everybody for tuning in. Thanks a lot for being so loyal to us over the last year and a half. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell for all future videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the magazine. We're working hard on the next issue. We're really excited about that edition. Don't forget to go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all updates. And don't forget to become a Patreon. If you know anybody that has a business, and if you know anybody that has a small business, particularly small businesses, because we know that the COVID period has been very difficult for all of you, and we want to try to help you guys get more sales online. And it doesn't matter if you have an online business or an offline business. We can even help you take your business from offline to online. So just get involved. There's a link in the description, and we have a free tutorial of how to get sales online, even if your business is offline. Thanks a lot to everybody for tuning in. See you again tomorrow. Please try and call in if you guys want to. Get involved in the comment section. Get involved in the super chat, and we'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care, everyone.